So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a 30,000 mile update on this Ford Transit van. It's a Thor Sanctuary 19 PT. Just took it on a big road trip to Yellowstone, so that's kind of a good time to learn stuff and figure out new things that I like. So looking inside the van, we'll start out with the problem. So 33,000 miles on there. The ongoing problem with the Ford Transit is the infotainment screen and the cameras. Mine still, you lose a camera one side or the other, they both work. I don't know. They can't fix it. Also, there's a new recall coming out. They don't have a solution for it yet, but it has to do with the infotainment screen, which is a big surprise, right? But it apparently can freeze the image when you're trying to back up. So, no solution in sight, but that's coming. Looking at the average fuel economy, so it's staying 14.7. It's been 14.7 since I owned it, so it's staying pretty consistent. Even with the new Falken tires, this one kind of hurts, but you can look at that average price per mile. It's just about 25 cents, just over 25 cents a mile. So speaking of the Falken tires, these have been on here for, I don't know, 6,000 miles, maybe 5,000 miles. So had a good run with them. They're an excellent addition to the van. I think they look awesome. I have them with the Method race wheels too. I didn't increase tire size or nothing beyond what the Ford Transit came with, but I still think they look pretty good. Just checking the tread depth after 5 to 6,000 miles, and I'm still at 1530 seconds. So these tires are nearly still new, which is pretty good. Keep in mind, though, that most of my road trips, I'm usually a cold weather person, so even the Yellowstone trip was a lot of rain and a lot of snow, so didn't have too much wear on the tires, apparently, probably because of wet roads or cold temperatures. They held up really well, though. But these are excellent tires. They make you more comfortable when you go off-road, and they're not any louder than the original tires that are on the van. So I got this Alvan Monster box. It obviously had like some problems, but having an exterior storage box is a game changer, I think. It's nice having all of my electrical stuff outside, my water stuff outside, wheel chocks, all that stuff you don't want in your van that's dirty. You can just leave it out here in this box when you pull up to camp. It's super easy to get situated. Some people asked if I had water leaking in mine, like some people report water leaks in theirs. The inside of the box stays dry, but I do get water trapped in these doors. And I've been getting tons of rain here up in Wisconsin this summer, and it's raining almost every other day. So the box stays dry in the middle, but I do get a little rain in that exterior door area. I mentioned I had a lock problem and I would order a padlock, so I just ordered one of these little blue master locks. You have to get one with a pretty small shackle size on the top because it's a pretty tight area to fit in there, but I can leave a link to that one that I got. So this was the back of the van. This is actually Teton. This was kind of like the setup. So I got the traction boards on the back, monster box, getting all dirty, but really like that. I ordered this year to protect the window from hail damage, but I thought it could be good for heat. It's also good for reducing condensation on your interior windows. So overall, it's a pretty good thing, but I do admit it looks pretty goofy on the van. I will say that. But it does actually a really good job of controlling the heat and controlling the condensation. Something else that we learned on this Yellowstone trip, we've always had this little EcoFlow. And it's always rode in the back of the van and just used when at camp or whatever. But relocated to the front seat, I put some Velcro on, a basket can sit on the top of it. We can charge all the camera electronics and stuff like that while we're driving off the EcoFlow. I orient it like this with the DC ports in the back, AC ports are in the front, but also the charging port is in the front, and it can charge into this 12-volt cigarette lighter adapter. It gives about 90 to 100 watts of power an hour. Not too bad, but it keeps it topped off while you're driving. It's made me think maybe I should upgrade to a bigger one. This is a Delta Pro. This is a artificially generated image, but the Delta Pro fits between the seats pretty well. You can see how much bigger it is. It's a 3600 watt, the Delta Pro, whereas mine is only 1000 watt. So that would be good. I've also had a lot of questions about how I run my Starlink cord since I put Starlink on top of the van. This is how I ran it, just across the top of the roof and then down the inside of the door. There's a big pocket here. You'll notice if you live in a place where there's winter and icy winters, you get a lot of ice back there, so there's lots of room. Ran it down, up through the door sill, and then kind of like up under the back seat. And then I just kind of like snaked the cord through here, made sure there's no tension on it. And I use this outlet that's kind of tucked in the very back here that's not very purposeful. You can see I got a piece of the trim peeling right there, I just noticed. Talking about the Starlink, like in this photo, it's pretty funny. Like our neighbor had a Starlink, we have our Starlink. Our neighbor on the other side of us had a Starlink, and then the other person in the Class A down there had like a satellite dish. So 3 out of 4 campers apparently use Starlink, so they're not as novel anymore as they were. And if you haven't gotten a Starlink, I'll just throw this in there. If you scan this QR code, you get a free month of service if you're a new customer, and then they do this thing where they kind of share the wealth. So now future upgrades, just to talk about it. Obviously, I've redid the back and made it do a big bed. I did this hinge fold out thing where I could make it actually like full size like it should be. I don't like it, and I don't use it. So I'm going to get rid of that door, or that little hinge part. I'm just going to make a solid, kind of bump it out a little bit, just part way, instead of having it hinge out like that, and then maybe do some under storage. On the outside, I'm going to get, I already got it, the roof rack. It's here, just it's raining, so I can't do it. Roof rack the top of the van, kind of clean that up a little bit. It's kind of a mess up there. Probably add more solar, so try to get to 400 watts. I've already got rid of the wine guard digital antenna up there. Permanently mount the Starlink. I'm going to go over the outside of the van, get rid of the Sanctuary letters, I think, put a new ceramic coat on. Even though it looks pretty good in this photo, the ceramic coat that it came with is kind of worn off at this point. And maybe get a smaller air conditioning unit. Maybe get like a 12 volt style, or put a soft start on the current AC unit. Either way, just so it uses less power. So lots of upgrades to do this summer. So hopefully I can get them all done. Planning on going to Utah in the fall. Maybe doing like the big 5 national parks out there all in a row. So I can get it all done by then. So more videos to come. Like and subscribe for more content. And thanks for watching.